More than just a goal scorer, Ovechkin is one of the fiercest competitors in the game.
He might be one of the 5 or 10 best hitters in the game too. I think people are a little leery of him whenever he's on the ice, even whenever he doesn't have the puck, because they don't want to get put into next week.
When he goes down the ice, whatever building we're in, whether it's home or away, people are standing on their feet and looking and watching, because it's just, something's going to happen.
Alex uses his arsenal of tools to help his teammates elevate their game and to make the Capitals a winner.
It would be one thing to say, go play like Alex Ovechkin and score goals like that. We don't ask. Go watch him compete.
He works really hard, and for the amount of minutes he plays, he almost gets better as the game goes on.
Go watch him finish his checks each and every shift. Go watch him battle along the wall and battle in front of the net and be excited about the game, and then go try to emulate that.
He's always bringing energy for everybody, for the team, and that's for sure something we're glad about.
I support them and they support me, so it's always good when you have a good chemistry, a good relationship with those guys.
Backstrom tries the backdoor. Ovechkin scores!
He's just a great player to play with.
Isn't it nice for Washington fans and hockey fans in general to see headlines, Washington Capitals, hockey's most exciting team, and they've genuinely become that.
The reigning back-to-back MVP has helped make the Capitals a contender again, and in the 2009 Stanley Cup playoffs, his clutch goals created a worldwide buzz.
There are people who will stop me in airports and say, gosh, Joe, I love that Alex Ovechkin. He must be, what, about 5'10", 180 pounds. He moves so quick on the ice. And I have to say to them, well, no, you're wrong a little bit. He's 6'2 and a half. He's 235 pounds. He skates like a locomotive. You would think at that size and liking contact the way he does, that in that instance in the playoffs against the Rangers, where several guys had the opportunity to hit him, that they would have hit him and bumped him off of his track. But he's elusive.
Off the draw, forward shot, a broken stick. Cherdev, knocked down by Fedorov. Ovechkin, moving up, crisscrossing, sidestepping a hit. What a move! Ovechkin's in! His chance! Alex Ovechkin!
That one in particular takes your breath away because of the variety that he shows. The ability to move east and west, north and south, and again, on his way down, finish, is just incomparable.
This is why Ovechkin has seen mostly those guys, because, whoops! Derek Morris missed him. Ovechkin didn't.
I think he beat 2 or 3 guys, and then he took a backhand shot, and I think it went in between Lundqvist's legs.
All the guys in the team, I think we're not surprised anymore, like things he's been doing on the ice, and I mean, some of the goals are just incredible.
2 or 3 guys had a chance to, take the puck off him or do something to stop him, and he just sort of carved his way through all these guys. I mean, he can stick handle in a phone booth.
Phenomenal! Oh! Ovechkin!
Exciting goal, exciting moment, and especially in playoffs, beat 2 or 3 guys.
Watching him every day, the stuff he does is, pretty incredible, and I think, there's only a handful of guys that can do what he does.
From the day they both stepped into the NHL, the world has watched a competitive rivalry take shape between Alex and Sidney Crosby.
There was definitely a bit of a Crosby-Ovechkin rivalry the first couple of years that they were both in the league. And Pittsburgh's team was a little bit better, but we didn't have the supporting cast that Sidney had there for a couple of years.
In Game 2 of the 2009 Eastern Conference semifinals, the two superstars added a new chapter to their saga as the duo netted 3 goals each.
That game in the playoffs, where Crosby and Ovechkin both had hat tricks, was pretty remarkable for all of us who were watching, because you realize what you were witnessing with these 2 great players.
After netting 2 clutch goals in the second period, Alex proved he could outduel Sidney with a dynamic game-winning 3rd goal.
Well, got it away. Ovechkin one-on-one against Sergei Gonchar, cutting it, firing, scores! Alex Ovechkin is the Mad Hatter!
It's fun for us to see it, and I mean, we're happy for him. He scored those goals.
He's the guy that wants the puck on his stick the last minute of every game. The bigger the game, the more pressure, the more he wants it, and the more he tries on it.
in that Pittsburgh series. They really couldn't stop it. Those 3 goals in that game were what put the Caps up 2-0 to that point in the series.
Ovechkin's star shined brightest that game, but Crosby and the Penguins would eventually take the series and the Stanley Cup.
It was close, but not close enough. And we lost at Pittsburgh, but we'll get good experience, we'll get good chemistry, and I hope this year is going to be a better year for us.
With so many great goals, you would think it's tough to pick the 2 best ones, but the top 2 were no-brainers.
Some of the goals are just incredible. I mean, last year against Montreal, I think it was kind of like the nicest goal I've seen.
My favorite one was the one against Montreal because it was so clever and so improvisational, the way he passed the puck to himself off the wall.
On a send-out for Hammerlick was too strong. Ovechkin, a beautiful move down the wing. Ovechkin full speed to the inside. He scores! Absolutely brilliant!
The best thing about the goal against the Canadiens was that you witnessed all of his individual talents in one brief little 8-9 second clip there. From the time he made the pirouette through neutral zone, the speed with which he drove to the cage, the ability to score from the seat of his pants, the creativity to try it in the first sense, and absolutely startle Carey Price in the process. Magic.
Then Komisarek is back to pick it up. And he goes for Hammerlick as both teams. James Hammerlick can't get there. What a move by Ovechkin on Hammerlick. In comes Ovechkin. In for Stanley. What a goal by Alexander Ovechkin. Unstoppable.
So he chips the puck off the boards, and the first thing you hear is this just whoa, like this collective whoa, then no one had ever seen that before. And then whenever he goes in and falls down and scores, the place just erupts. And there are certain like people say there's a Tiger Woods roar in golf. There's kind of an Ovechkin roar whenever he does something crazy like that.
I've never seen a player in a spur of a moment, in a second in a game, completely go through his options in a fraction of a millisecond and quickly change courses, and that was just off the cuff. That was not something planned when he threw it off the boards and went around the defenseman, then scored the goal. He just has an uncanny way in such tight quarters to make fast decisions, and those decisions are so quick that it catches everybody by surprise. That was a fantastic goal against the Montreal Canadiens.
He's a one-man highlight reel.
Hammerlick was probably on the ice, and they had long shift, and Thomas Russian just changed, and I have pressure X. Just a moment, I just try some different thing, and it's working, so it's a kind of cool goal.
Magnificent move! What a finish! Here he comes. Ovechkin trying to drag it through there.
Without a doubt, my favorite one is the one in Phoenix. It came from what looked to be an innocent-looking, simple one-on-one rush and turned into something that I am likely to never see again.
Alexander Ovechkin curl and drag to the backhand. Simply sensational!
The Phoenix goal that everyone seems to call the goal was the greatest goal I've ever seen him score. Anybody that can go around a defenseman, shoot the puck looking away from the net on his backhand on his butt, I don't think there'll ever be one that could be duplicated like that one in Phoenix.
I tell people from my perspective of standing on the bench is looking over at Phoenix's bench and watching Wayne Gretzky watch the big screen over and over.
And even Wayne Gretzky's looking up on the scoreboard to just take a second look.
Arguably the greatest player in the game is in awe of Alexander Ovechkin scoring a goal.
I've seen it on TV, the goal he was doing against Phoenix when he was laying down on his back, and I don't know how he did that, but it's a fantasy goal, I think. But he only needed once.
Now picked up by Ovechkin, here he comes. Ovechkin trying to drag it through him there. Oh! Scored!
I remember I went in behind him and I lost track of where the puck was, and all I saw him was sliding in the corner, and then I looked down the net and the puck was in there, and I didn't know how it got in there. So obviously it was probably one of the best goals probably ever happened in hockey.
Brandon Reed have a puck, try to get out in his zone, take the puck, go one-on-one against Mara, make some move out, and just try to hit my back. So.
Ovechkin, when it looked like it was no longer possible, he still got it done.
It was pretty good too.
In a brilliant, young NHL career, Alex has scored some of the nicest goals ever. With his scoring prowess, you have to wonder where he will rank when he hangs up his skates for good.
With good health and a long-term career, this is the type of player who has the motivation and drive to be a 700-plus goal scorer, and he may do more than that.
I only see Alex Ovechkin at someday down the road here breaking the NHL record for goals, points, penalty minutes. I think he's going to be right at the top.
And hopefully Stanley Cup's down the road and everything, so I think everybody's going to remember everything he did well into the future.
There's no reason why he can't continue and be one of the greatest players that ever played this game.
And he will be mentioned in the same way as Gretzky is, Lemieux is, Gordie Howe, Ovechkin. That's all going to be in a small group of players in the future for our game, and they will all be mentioned in the same breath.
Well, my career just started, so let's talk about later.
Alex Ovechkin, he is something to behold.
This guy's spectacular. He's superhuman.